What is vocation? Vocation is a job or a skill that we do to earn money for living. Good job. You're welcome to today's PVS class once again, Basic 3. I welcome each and every one of you to today's lesson presentation. Our topic for today before us is what? Food nutrients. What do I call it? Food nutrients. So at the end of this class, it is expected of you to understand what food nutrients is all about. You should also be able to understand the impact of food, the groups and classes of food with some of their examples, and balanced diets, then malnutrition diseases. All right, so without wasting much of our time, let's quickly go to what we have for today. What is food? When you hear the word food, what comes to your mind? I'm sure you have different definitions. You can say food is something we eat. Well, it's not only something we eat. Well, you're going to learn the better definition today. What food is all about is more than what we eat alone. You could just say food is the substance that we eat or consume. But it's better you put consume. Consume into our body to provide us with nutrients for healthy growth. Take note of these words. What? For they provide us with what? Nutrients for what? Healthy growth. Can you see that now? Never forget these two words, because they are the key words when you're defining food. You can say food is anything we eat that provide us with nutrients for healthy growth. What do you mean by nutrients? We're going to learn that today. And when we talk about healthy growth, I'm sure this is not a new word to you. Health means being physically, mentally, and very okay. You are free from illness, you're free from diseases, you're free from any form of imbalances in your health. So that's what we're talking about. So substances that when you eat them, you get nutrients for healthy growth. It's called food. It's called what? Food. Never forget that. Great. Now, what are the importance of food? When we talk about importance, we're talking about the benefits. We're talking about what can we get from food. So food provide us with what is called nutrients. You remember from our definition, we said food is any substance that provides us with nutrients for healthy growth, isn't it? Now we can say food is important because it provides us with nutrients. So what are these nutrients? The first thing we're going to discuss is nutrient for energy to do work. You see this? It gives us the ability to what? To perform daily tasks such as thinking, such as talking, such as discussing, such as doing a lot of work. So food provides us with what? Nutrients for energy to do work. The second important we're having is what? Nutrients for building our body system. Nutrients for what? Building our body system. Is that clear to you now? Can you say this? Such as our organs in our body, our muscles, our bones, etc. This food that helps us to build our body system. So these nutrients are very important for our body. Now the third one is nutrients for keeping us warm and to protect us from every forms of illnesses. Take for instance, if you take a cup of tea in the morning, especially during cold season, or you take a cup of coffee or tea, you feel warm for the hour of the morning period, isn't it? Good. So food provides us with warmth, and it also protects us from illnesses. Can you see that now? Brilliant. So the importance of food. If I ask you in an exam, importance of food are in three classes. The first one, nutrients for energy. The second one, nutrient for building our body system. And the third one, nutrient for keeping us warm and protecting us from illness, so that we can stay strong, stay firm without any form of disease and illnesses. Thank you. Let's go on to the next slide. We want to consider groups and classes of food. Groups and classes of food. You can see these diagrams here. I'm going to explain something to you. Pay attention here very well. Please pay attention. The first thing I want you to understand is that we have 3 groups of food. How many groups? 3 groups of food. But we have 6 classes of food. We have 3 groups. Can you see the first group here? The second group, the second group here, and the third group here. Can you see that now? So the first group of food is so-called energy giving food. These are gotten from the importance of food. Is that clear now? They are based on the importance. The first one is energy giving food. The second group of food is called body building food, that helps us to build our body, our muscles, our organs, our part of the body. It helps us, keeps our body fit. Then the third one is body protecting food, that helps us to protect our body from germs, from illnesses, from all sorts of chemicals that can injure our body system. Great. So all these groups of food are divided into 2 each. That's why you can see these 2 arrows below. Now the first one, energy giving food, can be divided into 2. The first one we have is carbohydrates. What? Carbohydrates. So if I ask you, the first class of food that belongs to energy giving food is what? Carbohydrate. So what are these carbohydrates? Carbohydrate food are foods such as bread, such as rice, such as maize, such as corn, generally cereals, most cereal crops. Remember I taught you cereal crops when we discussed crop last time? Good. All these are examples of carbohydrate. Generally they are referred to as sugars. That's when you get to advanced classes, you're going to be introduced to that. But for now, these are called carbohydrates. Is that clear to you now? They are energy giving food. When you eat semo, when you eat rice, when you eat spaghetti, when you eat eba, you feel energized. You feel like jumping up from your room down to 10-story building. So that's carbohydrates. Then the next classes of food, we have the fats and oil. What do I call it? Fats and oil. These are energy giving food also. Do you understand that now? Such as your palm oil, such as fish oil, such as cheese oil, such as butter. Such as I've mentioned granules, palm oil, or the oil that mom uses in cooking. All these are referred to as fats and oil. Good. And butter as well. That's margarine or bama that you use in taking salad and the likes. Great. So when we talk about bodybuilding food, we have 2 main things here. We have the protein. It's only protein that belongs to bodybuilding food out of the 6 classes of food. You see below here, all these ones here, these are the classes of food below. Why the one here? These are the what groups of food. Why the ones here? These are what classes of food, from carbohydrates, fats and oil, that's plants and animal protein. These are protein, such as fish, such as meat, such as egg, such as milk, such as beans. All these are protein. But we now have it in 2 groups, which is plant protein and animal protein. Plant protein simply means the protein we obtain from plants, such as beans. Is that clear to you now? And some vegetables. Sometimes some, not all, some vegetables. Is that clear to you now? Then while animal proteins are the protein we obtain from animals, such as milk from cow, egg from chicken, meat from domestic animals, and fish from fish. Fish from fish, yeah, exactly. All right, so now let's move into next. Right, body protecting food is divided into two as well. We have this to be minerals and vitamins. These are what the classes of food that belongs to body protecting food. We have them such as vitamins. Vitamins they are needed in small quantity for healthy growth, and also minerals. Exactly, great. So what these are what we refer to as classes of food. Can you see that now? But now someone cannot come up with a question and say, well, sir, but you told us that we have 6 classes of food, but what I'm seeing here, we have carbohydrate, we have fats and oil, we have protein, plants and animal protein, they are into one. Yes. I also have vitamins and minerals. Actually, the last class of food, which is water, is also a class of food, but it's on its own. It stands out of this, so you can put it under body protecting food such as water. Exactly, so when we talk about minerals, where can we obtain minerals? You can obtain minerals from vegetables, we can obtain minerals from fruits, and then vitamins, we can obtain vitamins from fruits also, like vitamin C can be obtained from ripe fruits. Great. Now let's move to the next slide. We have balanced diet. Balanced diets. Oh, these are interesting dishes. You can see chicken. And you can see some nice vegetables here. So what's balanced diet? We're able to establish it right classroom where we go. We said balanced diet is the diet that consists of how many? 1, no. 2, no. All the 6 classes of food in the correct proportion or amount. In a simple sentence, let me go over it again. Balanced diet is the diet that consists of all the 6 classes of food in the correct amount or correct proportion. What do we mean by that? We have classes of food: carbohydrate, protein, fats and oil, minerals, vitamins, and water. All this must be in a correct proportion. When you consume this at the 3 meals of the day, you are eating balanced diet. Is that clear to you now? Great. One must not be too more than the other. Not in equal. We didn't say equal amount. Please take note of this. It's very important. Don't misconcept my definition. When we say balanced diet, we are not saying consists of all the 6 classes of food in equal amount. No, if you write that for me in exam, I'll give you dots. That's 0. What we are talking about, we say all the 6 classes of food in correct proportion. When you get to higher classes, we're going to expose you to the knowledge of what are the proportions of the 6 classes of food required in a diet called balanced diet. So for now, just know that balanced diet is the food or a diet that consists all the classes of food in correct proportion. So what are malnutrition diseases? Malnutrition. Can you see this? Malnutrition diseases. When you hear the word malnutrition, what comes to your mind? Malnutrition simply means deficiency of nutrition. That's when a particular nutrient is missing. You call it malnutrition diseases. Now, what are these diseases? These are the diseases that are caused by the what? Consumption of poor or imbalanced diets. When you consume poor or imbalanced diet, someone is likely to have what is called malnutrition diseases. What do you mean by that? An imbalanced diet is the diet that doesn't consist of what? The 6 classes of food in correct proportion. That's just it. Do you understand it? Take for instance kwashiorkor. When you keep on bombarding yourself with a heavy dose of carbohydrate, you find out that you are not helping your body system. As a child, you come up with big tummy, protruded neck, and a big head. Oh, That's not too friendly. So, example of malnutrition disease. The first one we have is called kwashiorkor. Can you see the spelling, please, in case I ask you in an exam? It's spelled as Kwashiokor. I repeat that, Kwashiokor. Kwashiorkor. Great. So that's that. Let's move into the next example. We have what is called rickets. Now this is rickets, while this is obesity. Can you see obesity? These are all examples of malnutrition disease. You can see this boy's leg bent inwardly, and these are malnutrition diseases. Rickets is caused as a result of malnutrition of minerals such as calcium in the nutrients or in the diet, while obesity is caused as a result of probably excess consumption of fats food. Fats and oil, excessive consumption of fats food. Is that clear to you now? Thank you. These are main examples of malnutrition diseases. There are others such as night blindness, and although some of those are probably night blindness also. Some some of these. We have marasmus. Kwashiorkor is for children, marasmus is for adults, right? Good. I'm sure you should know some of these things. They're very important. So let's move to the next. Oh yeah, that's the end of the class for today. So we have got to summarize what we have discussed. We talk about food. We say it's a substance we consume into our body to provide us with nutrient for healthy growth. We talk about the importance of food. We said there are three. The first one, nutrition for energy to do work. Second one, nutrients for building our body system. And the third one, to keeping our body warm and to protect us from all forms of illnesses. And we talk about the groups and classes of food. We said we have three classes of food. Three groups of food, and we have 6 classes of food. Now, what are these 3 groups of food? Never forget. The first one is energy. Energy what? Giving food. Now the next one, body building food. The third one, body protecting food. Never mixed up. I run over it again. The first one, energy giving food. Group 1. Group 2, body building food. Group 2. Group 3, body protecting food. These are the 3 groups of food that we have. Now in the first group we have carbohydrate, then fats and oil. The second group, which is body building food, now we have the protein food such as animal protein and plant protein. Is that clear to you now? Then we also have body protecting food such as the vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals such as vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin E, vitamin K. The minerals such as calcium from biscuit bone, and sodium from salt. I think it's inside your notebook. Let's go. So we talk about balanced diet. We said balanced diet is the diet that consists of the 6 classes of food in the correct amount or proportion. We also talk about malnutrition disease. We said it's a disease that's caused by the consumption of poor diet of food. Take for example, we have the ricket, with the kwashiorkor, we have marasmus, we have obesity, etc. Thank you. If you got any question, feel free to ask after this class. Thank you. See you in the next PVS class. Glad coming across each and every one of you.